Carr takes the snap. He's hit. He will not make it. Pioneers gang tackling. He did not make it. Wide out to the right side. Taylor back to throw. Looking, throwing, got a man wide open. It is caught at the 40 to the 45 to the 50 and out of bounds. A late hit. They'll tack on. Lee lines up behind Taylor. Sander on the carry, taking tacklers with him inside the 5-yard line, still on his feet, down to the 1. That is another First National Bank first down, first and goal from the 3. What a run by Sander.
That's their exit bracket.
First and goal from the 3. On the keeper, this is CJ, touchdown Pioneers. CJ Taylor takes it in. For the Pioneer touchdown. That is a Security Federal touchdown for the Pioneers. Stephen Curtis in to attempt the extra point. Takes a snap. Hands off to Ryland Holder, past midfield, down to the 45-yard line in Wildcat territory. It goes to Cason Holder. Holder inside to the 20, to the 15, down to the 13. Wide out near side. Taylor taking the snap. Throws in the end zone. It is caught. Touchdown Pioneers. Clay Thompson making the catch. That is a Security Federal touchdown for the Pioneers. Carr taking the snap. Loose football. This time I think Morgan County's fallen on it. Tried to hand it off. And a little confusion. The handoff was not made. The receiver right side. This is going to be Grayson. Grayson past the 40 down to the 35-yard line. Morgan County hurries to the line. Elrod's going to keep it. Elrod battling down to the end zone. Touchdown Pioneers. Carr back to throw. Pass is going to be intercepted.
That free safety spot there read that all the way.
Boy, Thompson playing it just right. Morgan County. Taylor. Gonna hand it off to Ryland to the 30, to the 25. Runs over a tackler as he goes out of bounds at the 22. Taylor takes the snap, rolling left. Taylor looking, throwing. It is complete at the 20-yard line. Out of bounds. Whitehouse left and right. Taylor back to throw, getting some pressure, going to run to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, and inside the 10 to the 7. Taylor taking the snap on the option. Taylor's going to keep it. Taylor to the 5, Taylor to the end zone. Touchdown Pioneers. Give goes to Ryland Holder to the 10, Holder to the 5, Holder to the end zone. Touchdown Pioneers.
Well, that opened wide open up through there.
Elrod will hand it off straight up the middle. This is Cantrell past the 50, down to the 45 to the 43-yard line in Wildcat territory. Hand off to Birch. Birch to the end zone. Touchdown Pioneers. Hunter Birch takes it to the end zone from 3 yards out.
He's a hard-working young man. I had the opportunity to coach with his dad years ago.
Rolling right. Now throwing downfield. This is going to be intercepted. And that is going to be all she wrote. The Pioneers get the win tonight over the Wildcats of Lawrence County. Your final score: Warren County 40, Lawrence County 3. The Warren County Pioneers improved to 4-0 with a dominating win over the Lawrence County Wildcats 40-3. Hi everybody from Mudbum's Family Sports Grill. I'm Jay Walker. Welcome to Turner Time, featuring Warren County Pioneer head football coach Matt Turner and the Warren County Sports Authority, Jeff Simmons.
I'm always ready. I always think he's going to throw this.
Nah, man, can't let go of my football here.
He's ready, Jay. I think. I think there's a lot of excitement. I mean, you feel it. You've played 4 weeks now, 4-0. It's the goal that you came into the season with. You told me after the game, this is what we expected to be. We've only just done what we've expected. Now it's time to prove if we're a good team.
That's right. That's right. That's what I told the guys after the Friday night after that game. What we have done is what we are supposed to do. So now this week is a great validation to what this team is. Region play, and I think these guys are going to do all right.
Let's look back at some highlights.
Let's do it.
Yeah, Bryson Elrod getting it done on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, he had a big game.
Oh, Coach, we've talked about this before. This, the ability to be unselfish football players.
That's it.
Bryson Elrod knew, and he came in. If you ask Bryson Elrod right now, he will tell you he is a quarterback. Right here, we're watching him at defensive end, and he plays hard at defensive end. He's played linebacker for you this year. He understood that when he didn't get that quarterback job, he had to help in other ways, and here's what he's done the last couple of weeks. He's one of your top 5 tacklers, and he comes up with back-to-back sacks for you in the second half of Friday night's game.
Yeah, this is a young man that, like you said, of course, his father, Coach Elrod, Derek Elrod, he was the senior quarterback my sophomore year. I got to block for him. So he was raised in a family of quarterbacks. And our offensive style and different things. And Elrod could have probably been a quarterback and can be a quarterback and is a quarterback for us as well. But I'm all about the top 11 players being on the field at all times, and he's one of them. He got our defensive MVP for this game. And he plays lights out. And, the thing is I love about this young man is he does not question. If I ask him to sweep the bus, he's going to go sweep the bus, and he's going to do it right. And when you have players like that, it's, think good things happen.
Well, Clay Thompson, another unselfish player who made plays, offense and defense.
Yeah, Clay's, same scenario, because we had that battle right there. Of course, CJ just continued to fill the position at quarterback right there with building off what we did last year. But CJ took that quarterback spot and opened, and Clay's going to put me somewhere, Coach. I don't care where. And of course, Clay in-house got our game MVP because he played very, very well on the offense and very, very well on defense. So, Clay is just and it was crazy. People don't realize, I don't know if it's his nerves or what, but Clay was a little had a tummy ache there, and he kind of got some nerves out of him at halftime, and and he was like, "No, Coach, I'm good. And drank too much water, or the Mud Bum's pregame meal was too much for him." So I don't know, but anyway, Clay's something special. I'm excited to see what he's going to do this week.
It's the same kind of situation what we were talking about with Bryson, and you just touched on it. Was in the quarterback battle, doesn't get it. I mean, here he's getting a 4th down catch that moves the chains, gets y'all there. Like you said, coming out of halftime and gets an interception on a great read. Talked to him after the game because, all of us kind of felt bad for him after the Cannon County game, that first home game. He scores 2 touchdowns. They're both called back. And I think he was frustrated with that. I wouldn't say that
he was frustrated.
I mean, he was definitely frustrated he didn't get those accounts. So I asked him after this, I was like, how did it feel to finally have one that counts? And he just told me it was just points. It's just points. I'm worried about winning. And I think that's where this team has really, really morphed their attitude in the last 3 to 4 weeks. Is they're focused on one goal, and it is just to come out every week and get that W, because it's like you've always said, Coach, 0-0.
Yeah, it's 0-0, and regardless, it's all about winning. Obviously there's more ways to win on the scoreboard. I've always told these kids that. And of course coming down the pipe, with some of the region foes that we have, because we battle with some of the top teams in the state. But these kids understand that the wins, if you take care of the win and the recruiting and the self-acclimates and all of the stuff like this right here, it'll take care of itself. Really worked on Clay after that Cannon County game about, on video when the play was totally on the other side from him, how well did you run your route? Because you can get college recruits on how well you ran your route when that play didn't even have nothing to do with you. And the kids are finally understanding what it means to play for each other. And do their job and be in the right spot for each other. So yeah, and Clay is he's such a great kid and well coachable and exciting to have on the team.
Absolutely.
In the fourth quarter, it was fun watching the backup running backs. Eli Cantrell, Hunter Birch.
Yep. Right there, Eli Cantrell. Eli Cantrell. He's. Of course, his name hopefully will come up more this year. It'll definitely be. Right. Wow, that's the first time I've seen that highlight that close. My view's not been that nice. Eli runs hard. And he plays. He's a solid. He's our first backup on the linebacker side of the ball too. But obviously he's getting it done right there. And then, like you said, Hunter Birch. Hunter Birch comes in, works hard every day. We called this play, that was a trap play to Birch. And we call it again because we knew Birch was not going to be denied. And of course, that was that young man's first touchdown as a Warren County Pioneer. And, this is, that kid's on top of the world right there. Of course, he better go do PAT or he's going to get in trouble. But he got to celebrate with it afterwards.
Got the first one out of the way.
Yeah, he got that first one out of the way. It's all downhill now,
Yeah. No, it was exciting watching the team get behind Birch there at the end of the game. Like you said, you had the call in. Everybody on the team knew what the call was for Birch. And you look over and, the team gets stopped at the 25-yard line, and every single Pioneer is within like the first 5 yards of that 25 to 30, staring down just because they're wanting to be there and see Birch get in the end zone. Of course, he did. And this is the second week. This is the second home game in a row that we've seen Eli Cantrell come in the fourth quarter and just pound people. He looks like Larry Zonka out there bouncing off a guy.
Yeah, Eli. We may start seeing him more in the first and second quarters. He keeps running that hard. Because he's bought into the system, and you got to make coaches refuse to play you, and you keep doing stuff like that. We're going to find a spot to put him on the field.
Yep.
Well, gentlemen, let's look at some stats. CJ, of course, another good night, 7 of 11 passing for 75 yards and a touchdown. Receiving, Clay Thompson, 4 catches, 34 yards and a touchdown. Kaysen Holder, 1 catch for 25. Dante Elam, 2 catches for 16 yards.
Yeah, absolutely. CJ's passing accuracy, I think, has been the biggest thing to me this season. I think a lot of people just assumed he was just an athlete trying to play quarterback. He has shown this year he can make all the throws that he needs to make. Yep. He makes good reads. The offense has really taken a step in the last 2 weeks to get those reads, those pre-snap reads that are helping y'all get 5, 6, 7 yards on first down with those little check downs. But he's the first quarterback in almost 6 years to have a over 50% completion rate.
Wow.
It's been since Christian Wilkinson was the quarterback in 2014 that we've had a Pioneer quarterback with over 50% of a completion. And, of course, he's got 6 more games to do that. But he's showing that he can complete 60, 70% of his passes each week and give you 100 yards on the ground with 2 touchdowns. And like you said, too, the rushing. It's still – to this week, still every single person who has more than 2 carries for the Pioneers this season averages at least 5 yards a carry. It's an incredible stat. And it goes straight down the list. Jay just went through it. It's CJ, it's Xander, it's Ryland, it's Eli, Braylon Grayson, Tony Curtis even. We didn't get to see him very much there at the end of the game, but he's even averaging over 5 yards a carry. If Warren County runs the ball, it takes 2 downs to get a first down right now.
Right.
The rushing numbers from Friday night, CJ, 17 carries, 93 yards, and 2 touchdowns. What is that, about 8 touchdowns this season for him?
8 touchdowns already.
Ryland Holder, 7 carries, 53 yards, and a touchdown. Eli Cantrell, 6 carries for 50 yards, in just a little time he was in there. Xander Lee, 4 carries, 25 yards. Braylon Grayson, 1 carry for 25. Kaysen Holder, 3 carries for 21. And Elrod and Birch both had touchdown runs. Defensively, Bryson Elrod, 6 tackles, 2 sacks. Clay Thompson, 5 tackles, and interception. C.J. Taylor, 4 tackles and a sack. Braden Bottoms, 3 tackles and a sack. Brian McNulty, a fumble recovery. And we had another interception.
Drayton Dixon had
Drayton
the interception.
Dixon,
We saw that in the highlight clip. The Pioneer defense continues
Wow.
to make
Wow.
plays
Yep.
defensively.
Yeah, of course, obviously our special teams kind of put us in Coach Bond played on had to defend a 35-yard field.
First 2 drives.
So we really put Coach Bond and his defense back against the wall, and, man, they came up big. And Brian McNulty came out, had a big stand there on that first drive, and just showed that rally. Of course, Coach has got my number on special teams. I definitely will work on that again next year if we do make the trip to Lawrence County. But, defense, man, is playing lights out, doing some really well, sound football. Excited about those guys.
8 quarters in Nunley Stadium, yet to give a touchdown up.
Wow.
Knock on wood on it there. Good job, Coach Bond. Good job, Coach Bond. Where you at?
All right, time now for the tough question for Turner.
Oh, let's hear it.
Coach, we actually at the Warren County Sports Authority have added Barstool Warren County.
I seen that.
Yeah.
I seen that.
And we have Easton Adcock has asked the question. He says, Coach, the last time this Warren County team was 4-0 was 2007.
Mm-hmm.
And in that year, they came out, were a little bit too confident against Coffee County and got blasted at home. How do you keep this team from having that same mentality of getting a little bit too overhyped about a 4-0 start?
Well, I think the difference, because I was at the middle school at that time, and was helping Coach Jeff Lee and Coach Madewell at the high school a little bit, driving the school bus, doing some different things there. We actually, Coach Madewell asked me to come in and try to do some Thursday night hype, I guess, for the varsity team. I remember that very vividly. The difference is right now is I feel like is our opponent. Our opponent this week is Blackman versus Coffee County. Not taking anything away from Coffee County at all, but our team is full of young, smart, educated young men, and they know that this is going to be a true test of what we need to do this week, and they know that a win against Blackman at Blackman is going to be a true stamp on to validate the hard work that they've been putting in. And, of course, going back to what I said before, even a win, there's more ways to win on the scoreboard. Of course, I know what my guys, Kaysen and CJ and Clay and all those guys, Caden and Doug, all those seniors, they want to have that winning number on the scoreboard. But if we can go down there and smash Blackman in the mouth, and I believe in my heart if they'll play the way that I think they can play, it's going to be it may be one of those shock the world moments. But yes, so I do not believe. I think our opponent makes the difference between 07 and 2020. So
maybe C.J. Taylor too.
Yeah,
Our time now to recognize the Security Federal Player of the Week. Here's Warren County Sports Authority, Jeff Simmons.
Coach, we're going to go with one of your unselfish seniors that we were talking about earlier, Bryson Elrod, as you said.
All right.
The staff voted him defensive MVP. We're going to promote him to player of the game for the Security Federal.
Awesome. Good job.
Bryson comes out, works, does his job. He had that, comes in as the quarterback, gets that quarterback sneak, gets a good read, just gets in there. He's done that a lot. He scored 2 touchdowns at Oakland last year. I mean, that's another thing that we can go into for the Blackman game is, Warren County has played well on the road in Murfreesboro, but Bryson Elrod, 2 sacks, touchdown, and just an incredible young man being an unselfish player, Security Federal Player of the game.
Awesome. Yep. He's one of the top 11 players because that's why he's out there.
Yep. Congratulations to Bryson Elrod, the Security Federal Player of the game. Well, let's take a look at Blackman coming in with a 1-3 record, but everybody knows they always play some pretty tough competition early in the season.
Yeah, Coach, the head coach in there, Coach Kit Hartsfield, is that right?
Yes.
He, I think 2 years ago, wanted to when the scheduling, whenever it schedules come up every 2 years. Of course, next year will be maybe a new schedule for us as well. For some reason, he wanted to stiffen up his non-region opponents. Of course, he goes down to Alcoa with Coach Rankin's team down there. That's number 1 in the state in their division, and comes up short. And who else he picked up? Independence. Independence is a good program, and then he had Ravenwood, and of course that was played on a Saturday, I believe, because of the storms and stuff of that at Ravenwood, and they came up short on that. Of course, they did play Coffee County at home, and of course. I think they took some frustration out on Coffee County. Mm-hmm. And, the bad thing is watching film, I saw Coffee County. Coffee County played well, just couldn't tackle. Had a tough time tackling that speed, and probably it's because Coffee County hadn't seen that. But, Blackman's Blackman, but.
Well, last year we had them at home and looked good in the first half before Blackman woke up.
Yep. Last year because they actually had they had a Mr. Football player. What was his name? Mr. Simmons. I know you probably remember. Do you remember?
Trey Knox last year.
No, not last year. It was that was 2 years ago. They had a linebacker / tailback.
Oh.
But anyway, he didn't dress that first half because they had the Riverdale game after us, and they probably thought they was going to be able to get past us without him. But that young man, and then I also think that Coach was working on his passing game the first half, and of course he didn't realize about Cedric Cox and some of the guys that we had in the secondary, and and of course in that game because the first half, if I'm not mistaken, we had a bad snap over the head of C.J. Taylor that they scooped and scored and got one of those touchdowns in. So they I think they overestimated us last year because they thought, it's the same old Warren County. Wanted to work on the passing game, different things like that. Well, our best player will keep you in street clothes, but at halftime that kid was in full gear, ready to go, because they know the worst thing that could happen to their program is a loss to Warren County. And of course, then they got back to their bread and butter, what they did, and and of course, done what they were supposed to do. I'd say that second half. But yeah, and I the thing is, I don't feel like they'll make those mistakes this year.
No, and I as you were talking, it dawned on me. I think his name was Connor Murphy.
That's him. Yes, sir.
The
Murphy.
linebacker and running back.
Yeah, he was a dog now. He's Mr. Football in the state of Tennessee. He's a dog.
Yeah, but we came into that game, and like you said, it was the bad snap. Had a chance to just dive on it, even, and didn't dive on it.
Of course, CJ at that time, young man, wants to try to do too much more than he can, and it's an easy walk in. I think it was probably from the 35-yard line in.
Otherwise, Warren County may go to the halftime with a lead the last year against Blackman.
Believe it or not,
and playing them very well. Considering the series history.
Lord, yes.
Warren County yet to beat Blackman since starting to play them in this district. They're 0-5. The closest was a 35-21 game a few years ago. I think Isaiah Grayson would have been the quarterback.
K-Ron and those guys. Yep.
And they could run the ball.
And that was at Blackman.
That was at Blackman. So, there are some things that this team can take from last year's first half. There's some things that this team should take from last year's first half at Oakland.
Yep, right.
When there was a 14-7 game, Warren County in the second quarter in that game, Warren County's played well on the road in Murfreesboro last year under Coach Turner. And they've also played Blackman well last year for a half. You have to figure out a way to do it for a whole game this week.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like Rockville, we've got that monkey off our back when we went to Rockville, went to Murfreesboro, because Rockville's team, I feel like in a couple of years is going to be, they'll be the same level as Blackman, Riverdale, Oakland. Same kids, and great coaching there as well. But our kids, man, there's something special about this bunch. They've been watching film. They came in on Sunday, watched film, and I don't know, they're drinking the Kool-Aid, and it's pretty good. So I'm excited.
Should be some extra motivation. You come in unbeaten against a 1-3 team, still predicted to lose. And,
of course.
A lot of people picked Warren County to lose last week.
Yep, they sure did. I was actually doing some research on Blackman and saw Mr. Stewart's, which is a well-known reporter for the middle or football, Tennessee football, and he had Lawrence County coming in, picked a win against us, and that's fine. I love being the underdog. But the thing, that's why we reset that button every week and we go 0-0. And of course, I feel like it's our opponent. I do believe that these kids, with this coaching staff and the mentality, we're not scared of anything. We're not scared of anything that can't eat you. And that's what my old man used to say. Don't be scared of anything that don't eat you. So we're going to go after it. And I feel like the focus level is going to be there. And we're going to make it a ball game. And we got to put ourselves in a position to win come fourth quarter. I mean, that's the goal. We've got to, and it's going to be a slugfest, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not as if Blackman's not used to being in this situation. I mean, they played the same schedule last year, had some early struggles in those first 4 games as well. And to them, kind of got their season back on track by beating Warren County.
Right.
So they're going to come into this game, even though they're the 1-3 team. The Warren County's the 4-0 team. Everybody's going to think, hey, this is where Blackman gets back on track. I've already been reading about some of the stuff that they're saying. They feel as if they can start riding the ship.
Yeah.
And that's how they're viewing Warren County as a time to get healthy and get strong again. So it's like you said, Warren County definitely not going to go up there as in anybody's mind as the favorite to win that game.
No.
But there's definitely some things that Warren County has done in the last 14 games that it's not going to be the Blackman overlooking that we've seen maybe in the past before. Blackman's going to be ready to play Warren County.
I believe so. I do believe that my honest opinion, I believe that the coaching staff, I'm sure at Blackman, they know the caliber of football team that we are capable of having here in Warren County. And I'm sure they're as nervous as I was last year against Cannon County. Getting their players to understand that, hey, guys, this ain't the same Warren County football team. Mm-hmm. This team is going to come and hit you in the mouth. They're going to play for 4 quarters. So I'm excited to see how that unfolds. I'm going to challenge my players to make sure they don't make me look stupid. And we're going to go up there and we're going to hit them in the mouth, and go from there. So I'm excited.
Warren County at Blackman on the artificial turf.
Yeah.
Blackman High School. This coming Friday night at 7 o'clock. You can hear the game live on 92.1 The Ticket, your home for Pioneer Sports in Warren County. Also, the Warren County Sports Authority, Jeff Simmons, will be updating you from the sidelines and so forth. Jeff, what's your website?
We are at WCSportsAuthority.com. And, of course, like you said, we'll be there on Facebook Live. We'll have Ansley Mulliken there. She'll probably be catching Coach Turner before the game, after the game. She'll be bringing updates at the end of the quarters and at halftime. We may be able to bring in some of our new guys, Ty Martin and Easton Adcock as well, for some more coverage. Trevor Evans will be keeping you updated on Twitter. That is at @the_WCSA. And, of course, I'll be doing some stuff, too.
I'm sure you'll be doing something. So, hey, just to let people know that they can go on GoFan right now and look up the Blackman website and order their tickets, because I think that was what some teams was doing against for Lawrence County, was going ahead and doing that and getting those tickets. So I don't know what the cap as far as what they're trying to cut us off on or not, but if you go on GoFan, you get that downloadable ticket and you're ready to go. So I challenge all the Pioneer Nation to get out there and get that ticket.
All right, we'd like to thank our sponsor, Security Federal Savings Bank, Buck Bums, for having us out here. For Coach Matt Turner and Warren County Sports Authority Jeff Simmons, I'm Shane Walker. We will see you next week on Turner Time.